We're going to cover why scalpers and flippers are actually healthy for Pokemon long term. Let's get started. Hello beautiful people, Zach here. Before you dislike the video, I want to say up front, I am not pro scalping and flipping in the way that you might think. I had an interesting conversation with someone and I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's just call this guy Joe. And Joe said, scalpers are scumbags. Quote, scalpers are scumbags. That's verbatim what he said. If you click on this video, I presume you already know what a scalper is. It's someone who buys a product with the intention of just flipping it online, scalping it for more than what they bought it for. But hey, if you didn't know, there it is. So Joe was saying, and one of Joe's friends, so it was a group of people I was with, one of Joe's friends said that scalping is unethical. And so I asked them, that's interesting, so unethical, so what is unethical to you? That can be a hard term to define. That comes down to morals, and that's a very personal thing. So is scalping unethical? It's subjective then, right? So I said, let's take Pokemon, let's take just any trading card game product out of it. Let's say that somebody goes into Walmart, let's say, and they buy a bunch of spoons and they try to flip them. They interrupted me and they said, well, spoons would be even worse because that's actually a necessary item for daily living. I was like, that's not necessarily necessary. I understood what they were trying to say. But the reason that I said spoons, because to my knowledge at least, you can walk into just about any Walmart and grab some silverware pretty easily right now. So again, the reason that I said spoons was they're widely available. And let's say that there are some people who go to stores to flip spoons. Is that unethical? Well, Joe said that it was. Joe said anytime that you go to buy a product with the intention of making a profit, that's unethical. And I was taken aback and I was like, I have to make a video on this because if Joe thinks that and Joe's friend thinks that, then a lot of other people think that. So do you guys think that scalpers are just flat out scumbags? Anyone who buys a product and they're like, well, this is going to be worth money someday or maybe I can flip it in the short term, they're just a scumbag? So let's say that you have that mindset. And again, I'm not saying I am pro scalping and I think everything should be scalped. No, I don't think that. I'll go ahead and use myself as an example. I got a new car, well, new-ish car, and I wanted to change out the front bumper on it. I didn't have to change the front bumper. There wasn't anything wrong with it. I just wanted a different front bumper. It was actually a grill, whatever. So I spent about $140-ish getting the new bumper. Put it on myself, $140. And then I was like, wow, I got this old grill now. Grill. Do I keep saying bumper? I mean grill. It's the same thing. To me, I don't. Moving on. So I got a grill for $140, slapped it on. Now I have this old grill. Went to sell it on eBay. Someone bought it for $300. I was actually pretty pumped about that. So I got paid to change my grill out. Now, I didn't go in knowing that I would make a profit on that. I didn't even look to see how much my grill would go for. I didn't even think I'd get hardly anything for it. Turns out it's like semi-rare, that specific part for the type of car, that sort of thing. So it ended up working out great for me. I made a little bit of money from it. Someone got a part for a little bit of under market value. It was all great. Now, according to my Joe friend, had to remember his name, what I just did was okay. However, if I would have changed my mindset, if I would have done everything the exact same, but the only difference would have been my mindset from the very beginning was, I'm going to make some money doing this, that's unethical. Is that really unethical though? No, that's asinine. Some of you might not be that extreme. Some of you might be thinking, yes, well, knowing that a product is short on the supply side, that's an unethical thing to do, to cut in front of line of people just to get a product, just to turn around and sell it for 2, 3, 5 times the normal amount. I see a lot of people posting on Twitter as well saying, quote, it's disgusting. I saw that earlier today. Someone said that it was disgusting that someone camped out at a Target a few hours before they opened. Now, whether you think that's disgusting or not, again, it all comes down to perspective. You could look at it like, wow, that kid is really passionate about his cards. That's awesome. Good for him. He really likes that. Some people might say, that's a scalping piece of scum. I think that's really abrasive. One thing I do want to say up front, it's because of those people, the ones who are willing to camp out in front of a Target a couple hours in advance. It's because of that passion why our hobby is at where it's at, because people love it so much. And it's because of people like that why you're able to sell stuff on eBay in a few seconds because they're looking for stuff on eBay. Do you think your casual card collector or casual Pokemon purchaser is scouring eBay for a specific card to complete their set? No. It's someone who is really passionate about Pokemon. So it's because of those specific people that our hobby is at where it's at. And I'm not saying that it's a great thing to scalp every single product. Too much of anything can be a bad thing. The passion, that's a good thing. The scalping, that's debatable. It depends what your goals are, what their goals are, what are their motives. And again, we as consumers, we let that happen. And what I mean by that is you don't see people go to car lots and buy cars and then immediately turn around and flip them. Why? Because we've all just agreed as a society to say, no, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that. The reason why all these EXs and GXs and secret rares are worth so much money is because people are willing to pay that money for it. I saw another post where someone said it's, let's just say dumb. They said it was dumb that someone would be pre-ordering just a booster box of EV Heroes for about twice the MSRP. I have a buddy who actually purchased one of those boxes on eBay. So the guy owns his own business. To say he works 60 hours a week is an understatement. He's got his own kids. He's got his wife. He's got foster kids he takes care of. He volunteers at church. He's a busy dude is what I'm trying to say. He told me, Zach, it's just not worth it for me to stay up until 2 a.m. ordering from Pokemon Center online, the Japanese website for Pokemon. He said, it's not worth my time to spend a couple hours to do that and maybe get a box. And I can say his situation is a bit unique, and I can also tell you an hour of his time is way more valuable than the hour that he would be sitting in line waiting on a potential product. And I understand not all of you are in that situation, and I understand people buying those boxes on eBay, not all of them make millions of dollars a year too. I get that. I'm just saying you don't know what everyone's goals are. You don't know what the motives are of them. And again, I'm not saying scalping is amazing and it's the holy grail. I had to say that to get your attention in the title there, but scalping, it's a much more complex issue than what people paint it to be. I absolutely love Jordan Peterson. I know some of you might have heard of him before. I won't talk about him a lot in case you haven't, but he said something very interesting. He said, when you're talking about trying to fix something on an economic or a political or a grand national or international scale, he's like, that's like asking an average Joe to go fix a cruise ship. There are a lot of pieces to that puzzle. So many. One little thing can cause a catastrophe. So I'm just saying it's much more complex than, well, it's just simple supply and demand. Well, it's just simple. People don't need to do that. It's just simple. It's not that simple. Now, the type of people who say that scalpers are, quote, scumbags, I can also tell you that those people, those aren't children who are saying that. It's other people in that situation who I know for a fact because I've seen them on Twitter post about their hauls from Walmart. They didn't just grab one box and leave the rest for so-and-so behind them. They grab as much as they can. They say, screw them, a scalper would have got it anyway. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I'm saying I know what kind of people these people are as well. Now, is that unethical if you buy more than one box because you knew the shortest, but you're going to open it for yourself? Is that unethical? What if there's a little kid behind you in the store? There are 2 boxes left and you buy 2, but it's okay because you're not going to sell them online for profit. You're just buying them for yourself. That's not unethical, right? See what I'm trying to say? It's difficult. It's really tricky. If you really think about it, I don't think it's as simple as saying scalpers are scumbags. I've beaten that drum a lot now. I'll go ahead and stop. So I stayed in line for Shining Fates when it dropped. Just because I was new to the hobby, I wanted to see what it was all about. Now, I know a lot of guys who were standing in line at Target at the time. That's the only time I'm going to do that. That's ridiculous. But when I was talking to them, their passion, like you could feel it. Like they were passionate about Pokemon. It was really cool. We talked about all kinds of things. And that kind of passion is really healthy for the hobby. Now, again, I know for a fact these guys were scalpers because they were talking about other sets that they were selling before. That doesn't mean that they're scumbags, that they're terrible people. He doesn't go home and beat his wife. I don't think. I don't hope. So if you buy any product just with the intention of selling it for more than what it's worth right now, is that unethical? And then if you do, where do you draw the line? Let's say I buy a card for $1 and I sell it for $1.01, which is technically above market value. Does that make me a scumbag? And if it doesn't, where do we draw the line? If I sell that $1 card for $1.50, is that where the line's drawn? If I sell it for $2, if I sell it for $10, where is that scumbag line? See what I'm trying to say? I don't know if there is one. It depends on a bunch of things. And I'm not smart enough, and no one is smart enough to be able to articulate and tell you on a granular level, this is the scumbag line, and this is why that. There are just so many things happening for that personal individual why they need to be going and doing that. So, long story short, scalpers gonna scalp, and non-scalpers are not gonna scalp. I appreciate the integrity of businesses not scalping products and selling at MSRP or below MSRP. Technically, a booster box at MSRP is around $143. However, stores that are selling a brand new booster box that are not below MSRP, they get scoffed at. I've seen it so much. But that's technically not unethical if we use your definition from before. If you sell a booster box for $143 right now, people go, ugh, that's disgusting. Why are they selling it that much? Why are they selling it at the manufacturer suggested retail price? I'm just saying, it's more complex than what you might think. So I'm not mad at anyone. I don't want to cause a fight. I just wanted to get a conversation going. If you guys did like this video, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos like this. And until next time, make sure you beat out those little kids in the line so you can open up those products for yourself. Woo! Let the dislikes come in.